trigger warning. I want to ask you about this phenomenon, if you will, that realtors seem to expect their friends, or at least their family, to give them the listings and get really upset when their friends and family don't. Now, I don't know if that's you, but I know that many realtors feel this way. In fact, I know realtors that have cut people out of their life for not getting the listing from friends and family. They've cut out family members from their life. What's your take?
So I'm probably total opposite.
Right.
I've never felt comfortable even working for a friend or a family member unless they pressured me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the only reason it would insult me is if they chose somebody else that we both know that is just way worse of a realtor.
Right.
Otherwise, no, it makes me, I feel less stressed out.
Less stressed out.
But you're right. I think 90% of them would like let you go as a friend and like tell the world about it. And
yeah, thank you for validating my emotions.
And there's tons of good realtors. So even if you're like their good friend, they might want to use someone else, or there might be a reason.
Okay, so I just want to, for context, for legitimacy, you do believe 90-some% of realtors really get emotionally hurt. Some a little, some a lot, if friends and family don't give them listings.
Yeah, I've been around the people that get pissed off.
Totally. And I don't want to name any names.
I'm not going to name it.
But I got some friends and family realtors, and I've heard them say, I can't believe so-and-so. Why didn't they come to me? I got to be honest. I don't even want to talk to them anymore. And look, on the surface, I get it. You want your homie, your homegirl to hook you up. But I feel like this is specific to realtors. I've had a business trickle in here and there from people I know, but usually, to your point, it creates a bit of an awkward moment. I feel like I have to give them more and take less, which is another thing that, hey, no disrespect to realtors, but I feel like the idea of taking less is this really sensitive, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. I don't lower my commission any more than maybe half a point, which, okay, fine, sure. I don't want to debate that. But if it's friends and family, I would feel as though, like they would expect it or that I should. And yet, again, it seems like the mantra is, sorry, not really, maybe half a point. I see you shaking your head. Do you agree?
I shouldn't be saying this. I would be the person that I would give my friend some sort of discount. Again, but I also wouldn't go after their listing, or I wouldn't go after wanting to work with them.
Yeah.
And I would only take it if they pressured me. I need to use you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be offended if they use someone else.
Yeah.
So, but most realtors are like, I'm too good to lower anything. I'm
not making this up, right?
Yeah,
this is the thing. So these two philosophies immediately seem at odds with each other.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to respectfully say to all my realtor friends out there, like, I understand that the history of marketing and referrals for a realtor is the sphere. My sphere, grow your sphere, develop your sphere, build relationships within your sphere, and your sphere is how the leads come. But things have evolved a little bit over time. Mm-hmm. People can get information anywhere. And there's more of this expectation now that I'm going to source the best person and solution for me. Now, in every other industry, or most other industries, that's now the expectation. Like, if I'm selling insurance, I shouldn't expect, same thing there. Like, you can't expect your friends and family to bring you all their business. It's just.
You think it's worse with real estate than anything else?
Than anything else.
Okay. And that I don't know about, but
insurance is another one, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, totally another one.
If your best friend knows you do insurance, how about like a lawyer? Like, I don't know. I'd have to say, but you're right. Real estate, it's like almost definite.
Yes.
That you're going to get someone.
You know, so my take is that times have changed and people should loosen up if their friends and family don't give them the lead, whether it's real estate, insurance, or any industry. Because I don't think we want to feel like we have to use anybody. We want to use who's best for us at a given time.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, give me the
other
counter.
thing is, like, if a client that I represented that I didn't know and I did a good job for them and they liked me, then went and either used somebody else for the next transaction or referred their friend, then I think I would be mad. But if it was like my good friend or a family member, I almost don't want it.
Yeah.
It's weird. And also there's so many realtors right now. So, like, just because I know you as a realtor, if you were one, I also might know 3 other friends that are realtors. So you can't always, you can't get everything.
That point I think is huge. Most people know at least two realtors, if not several. And, you know, and so then does that, and I've seen this happen from realtors I know. They get upset. They didn't get the referral. But then it's like, well, did you dig in and find out the relationship between the person that did get it? It's kind of none of your business. But I guess where I'm coming from, and this is not the case in the marketing universe. And there are some parallels because everybody knows a marketer. Everybody knows somebody that does websites. Everybody knows somebody that does SEO. Everybody knows 5 people that do social media. Their aunts, uncles, nieces that dabble in it, right? And not aunts and uncles, just the nieces and nephews, right? And if I got upset every time I didn't win a marketing piece of business, I'd have no friends left.
I agree.
You know, I would just be cutting everybody out of my life. You know, so I don't understand why in some professions they take it personal, but in others they don't. And to bring it back to your point, which to be honest is my key point, is even when I do get those chunks of business from my sphere, I feel this strange pressure to like give them a lower price, underprice myself, over deliver. I feel bad taking money, you know, and so I really don't want it.
Yeah, and I've had friends that come to me to be their agent, and the way I react is different than I would. I'm like, I'll take, like, I don't say that, but I'm just not as pushy towards, if you want to use it, like, it's more like a casual.
Sure.
I just feel different. I don't know. It's just the way I feel.
I'm totally.
And I also like the people that are your friends that are hiring you. Sometimes they just want to hire someone that isn't as so close because they want to make sure they do it the right way. And
I want to, if I'm hiring somebody, I want to be able to bust their chops.
Yeah.
Or like, I want to be able to give them a hard time if they screw something up.
and not feel weird.
And not feel weird. I want to be able to negotiate on price, not all the time. I'm not like the hardline negotiator in everything I do. But if I feel like I'm not getting a fair price on something, I'll put aside real estate a second because, again, pricing is a weird dynamic with the commission percentages. But anything, I'm buying anything, I want to have the opportunity to negotiate or negotiate in my best interests and not feel like I need to make concessions because of a relationship.
Yeah. Another story.
Please.
When I first started real estate, my parents, as like a gift, gave me like this course that's a really famous course.
Yeah.
Expensive. This person's like one of the top real estate trainers or coaches, or his course was, and like the principle behind the course was your sphere, and like you should go to like your friends with like cupcakes on Easter, and on their birthday bring a set of flowers and just put your card in it. And I was like, I'm not doing any of that shit, and I'll never do that shit, and I'll get out of the business if I have to do that. And I think that this course that all these agents are being told do, it's great, it's a great, the guy's a millionaire. I'm not doing that ever. It felt like I was like selling like in like elementary school, like I guess Girl Scout cookies, if I said like to everyone in the neighborhood and annoy the shit out of them. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Dude, I love your take.
Yeah. But there's most agents will do it and think it's
that's the classic training. And I understand the classic
I guess
training,
it is easier, but I just can't do that.
Create some awkward dynamics. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I mean, I think this is what you're speaking to, this idea of kind of always be selling, but if your sphere is your number one conduit to mine deals, then you're always selling to your friends and family.
Mm-hmm. And I also like meeting
and that's
new
awkward.
people. Yeah, it's awkward. I like meeting new people. Yeah, there's less pressure to represent someone you never knew than your best friend from when you were little.
Yeah, you don't want to always be selling to family, which is a perfect segue to our next talking point, but you'll have to switch to the next clip to get that. In marketing, there is the furthest from the expectation that I'm going to charge my friends and family full price.
Right.
The expectation is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Almost everything else, the expectation is the exact opposite. You work with friends and family, you do them a favor, you lower costs, but not real estate. You're crossing the line because it's baked into the old school philosophy. It's so refreshing to hear it from a professional realtor.
Well, yeah, and
property, but I've never heard that, and it's interesting to hear for the first time. I've been in childcare for 16 years. I've never had a family member pay full price for childcare, and so to hear that it's expected in this world is kind of mind-boggling.
It's also some of the brokerages. With the first brokerage I was with, I had an opportunity to get this listing. The client.
Stay close to the mic.
Are we on?
Well, we're always on.
I probably shouldn't say this though, but anyway, the client basically said, you got the listing. They interviewed 3 other agents. It was a $2 million house. And the only requirement was the other agent said they would accept 2% commission. Will you? So I personally said, yes. 2% of $2 million is a shitload of money.
Right.
And put it through. And then the brokerage I was with was like, you can't do that. And I said, why? It's the only way we were going to get the business. I didn't go in there offering it, but she gave us the business. And the reason was because some of the longtime agents that have been with the company will take it the wrong way and get offended. And these were 80-year-old women that were probably going to retire anyway. And I'm things have just changed. I'm not going to lose $25,000 just because you won't let me take a half point.
So what did they want you to take?
Well, when I first started, it was everyone had to take 3%. Then it went to 2.5. So still 2.5 is the number that
it has to be a high dollar listing to take 2.5 typically, right? Or
now I feel now
norm
it's
is
starting to become the regular. You can get 3,
yeah,
but 2.5 is normal now.
Don't speak.
Yeah,
Don't,